Hello and welcome to Market Wrap with Raja. Today is the 26th of October 2020 और आज क्या हो गया कि खाया पिया कुछ नहीं ग्लास थोड़ा बारह ना. That's what has happened today. I am Raja Venkatraman, co-founder of NeoTrader and also a trading influencer. I've been in the markets for more than 15 years, happily married with a loving wife and an energetic son who keeps me on the run just like the markets. सबको भरोसा था Reliance पे and the reliance on Reliance caved in today, right? The Reliance could not sustain, and the sharp drop in Reliance actually triggered this whole decline. And the way the markets fell, I had cautioned yesterday that maybe this musical chair, जो चल रहा है यहाँ पे, it could be the case of the Bears, and looks like the Bears are coming, and they were very, very violent. And we saw the markets, after some initial hesitation, simply caved in. And after a long, long time, I am seeing that none of the sector has finished in the green. तो उसका मतलब साफ जाहिर है कि सारे सेक्टर में काफी बेरिश प्रेशर है. ग्लोबल मार्केट्स जो इस समय में ये वीडियो बना रहा हूँ, ग्लोबल मार्केट्स भी प्रेशर में है. तो हम कल जो मार्केट में देखने वाले हैं, इट इज डेफिनेटली अ सिनेरियो of bears who are growling right now. So we got to see whether the markets will wake up and whether the bulls will be able to recover. But then what is looking like on the charts and what is going to be the scenario is we're going to see in few moments from now. But then when you take a look at the maximum pain point, the pain point continues to be around 11,700. 750 is the pain point here, and 24,000, like I had suggested yesterday. Bank Nifty was the trigger. Bank Nifty में weakness थी, और Bank Nifty and banks and the Reliance individual stock, they actually contributed quite a bit to the acceleration of the decline. Now when the decline begins, it's just like a party for the bears, and they came and they spread havoc. So right now we are going to see what is in it for the charts, whether there is any salvage for the bulls, and you're going to see all that, and we are going to take a look at a whole new perspective. So stay on till the end. So let me just share the screen right now, and let's go and find out exactly if the whole concept of bulls going to revive. Is it going to be there? Is it not going to be there? And what is it that we should be looking at? And what is it that we should be seeing? So if you just take a look at this chart here, it is clearly evident that the Nifty has given a nice pullback here. You can see here, this is the drop since morning. This is the morning of today, and when you take a look at the movement, you can see that the whole decline was right from the open. Right from the open, the decline commenced, and the price move which you are seeing right now since the morning has actually come to a very important zone. What is this important zone? Around 11,700, 750 is an important zone where the prices recovered somewhere towards the mid of October. And now once again the prices have come there, and this area we are also observing some small body candles here, and this could actually act like a good support area, demand zone, you can call it whatever you want. But then I find that the small body candles actually give a very, very good idea about what's going to happen. And at this juncture, I would not look to be a short in the market. I would actually look at this dip as an ideal opportunity to buy. Why do I want to buy? Because of this particular reason. I had shown this yesterday, and if you take a look once again, खाया पिया कुछ नहीं, ग्लास थोड़ा बाराना. देखिए यहाँ पे क्या हो गया. यहाँ पे एक पुल बैक अपॉर्चुनिटी आया है, और एज यूजुअल पीपल गेट एग्रेसिव, and people always like to short, right? So people like to short, but they don't have the guts to short. But then you got to see the market from a higher level, and that's what I am showing. And if you're watching my video for the first time, I would like you to go right now and subscribe to my channel. I also would like you to give a like and a comment on this video, because I am showing you how to analyze the market, how to analyze the indices, because without that you are not going to make consistent money. So again, coming back to this here, you can see that this long body candle So it's going to be given up only when it starts moving swiftly below 11,700. So until then, it's going to be a volatile market. It's going to be a choppy market. So you got to hang on with your seat belt. You got to fasten your seat belt because the ride has just begun for the October expiry. So you can see here that this whole long body candle, you can note this, if it's going to move above this or it's going to move above below this, that's the only time when you're going to get a trend. Otherwise it will be a buy on dip and sell on rally market, and that's what you should be focusing on. Get the trend of the particular stocks and participate in that trend. Use the dips to buy into, use the rally to sell, and that would be a very good way for the next few days. All right. So let's go down to the bank nifty. But before that, let's take a look at our friend NeoTrader and let's see what NeoTrader has got to say. Once you take a look at NeoTrader and try to find out what are the levels, once again we see that the 12,000 level marks continue to be a very important area. So 12,040 was never crossed, and now at lower level you have got 11,700. So 11,700 on the downside, 12,000 on the upside. So it's a pretty big range out there. So you got to be a little careful. And what Nifty will have to do is currently it's trading below the pivot. Okay, it's currently trading below the pivot, and because it is trading below the pivot, it's between this zone. All right. So because of that, you got to wait for Nifty to go above 11,875. Until then, it's going to be a very challenging moment for Nifty. So I would be a cautious player in Nifty because Nifty is clearly not having good signs. There was a good movement today. You had the prices reach to the levels around 11,800. It even went beyond, but then yes, that's what I had cautioned, and yes, it did come there. But right now, I would not be a buyer or a seller in Nifty. I would wait for these pivot levels to cross. Only then I will start considering that from a bullish perspective. Otherwise, if it goes till the pivot and then retraces, it could be a sell on rally opportunity. Now let's go to Bank Nifty. This is the Bank Nifty charts here. So you can see here that the Bank Nifty charts, I had spoken about a pennant formation, and you can see here, or a symmetric triangle formation. You can see that this whole move, all right, this whole move which we saw, the targets for the same has been achieved here. Okay, the targets for the same has been achieved here, and it has come once again to this small body candle or this gap area. So where is this gap area? Somewhere around 23,500 and thereabout. So 23,500 to 24,000 are the two support levels. And if you also see the maximum pain point in Bank Nifty, it's around 24,000. So what it is conveying is that around 24,000 there are continuous buying opportunity visible. So one should be looking right now that there is a dip buy opportunity here, and that was observed and executed around 24,000. We witnessed a small upside, but then we got to see how the markets are going to react to the global cues. And considering the way the global cues are performing, it is definitely a sign that maybe the US election volatility is kicking in, and that could create some turbulence here. So we don't know whether the bears are having an upper hand or the bulls, but then you got to have a buy on dip, sell on rally approach. Now, if you take a quick look at the NeoTrader and find out what is the scenario on the confluence, if there is any, you can see here that right now with Bank Nifty at 24,075, it is also again below the pivot. So Bank Nifty is below the pivot, Nifty is below the pivot. So tomorrow we are definitely beginning on a weaker note. We got to cross these pivot levels, otherwise the rally into the pivot would be a good selling opportunity. So buy on dip, sell on rally is the mantra which I am giving you right now, and I would like you to use that for at least for the next few days until the key levels are exceeded. And if it does, then you can definitely go on the long side. Until then, it's a cautious note. This is Raja Venkatraman signing off. I'm the co-founder of NeoTrader and also a trading influencer. I've been in the markets for more than 15 years, happily married with a loving wife and an energetic son who keeps me on the run just like the markets. Good day, stay safe, stay healthy, catch you around. And do share, subscribe, and comment on this video, because your love and support is what brings me back every day. And like all of you are writing on the comments, this is the video which we all look forward to, and I'm grateful and honored that you guys are watching this. See you around.